Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I am April Lauren, and I am on a journey to lose over 200 pounds. So originally I had set a 200-pound weight loss goal. I now would like, so my highest weight was 352.8. I would like to get down into a healthy BMI range. So that is bringing me over 200 pounds. So getting down to like the 130s, like the high 130s. And hopefully we will see that happen in the next couple years. I recently had, and by recently I mean 7 weeks ago, 7 Mondays ago, I had a duodenal switch with a biliopancreatic diversion. They also removed my gallbladder. I don't know if I've said that, but my surgeon removed my gallbladder at the time of surgery, and I feel great. I'm very excited to talk about this past week. I met with my dietitian. I had a DEXA scan. My husband and I went scuba diving, and I was really anxious about that. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Let's just jump right into talking about my meeting with the dietitian. So it wasn't what I expected. So I thought I was moving on to a next phase, and I thought I was gonna have somebody hold my hand the whole way, and I am. She's not holding my hand. I can contact her anytime I have questions, and I have a follow-up appointment with her coming up. But what I mean by I thought I was gonna be handheld, I thought there was going to be more hard and fast rules for longer. And it's not that there's not. There are guidelines, and I will be following all of the guidelines. But she essentially was like, at this point, you can try anything that you want and see what works with your body. So I have not ventured to try salads yet. I'm scared to. I tried broccoli. That was the biggest mistake, the worst pain. It was the worst pain. Having broccoli, I had broccoli, I ate the rest of my food, and then it was 20 minutes later, my stomach, it felt like it blew up. It felt so hard and it hurt so bad. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna be sick. Well, I wasn't. And then I just felt nauseous. I had all of this salty taste in my mouth, and I got in the shower and I just ran cold water over me. So dramatic. But I was like, oh, this is just awful. I just could not. I did not feel good. And then that pain proceeded for the next few hours. So it lessened a little, where I wasn't moaning in the shower because my stomach hurt and I wanted to vomit and I couldn't vomit. But yeah. Broccoli was a no for me. And in her guidelines that she sent me, she's like, and if a food doesn't work 1 week, try it the next week. This girl, I'm not trying broccoli for months. I will try broccoli a long time from now. So, which stinks because I love broccoli. And it wasn't fresh broccoli. It was steamed broccoli. And it wasn't just steamed. It was a little over steamed. It was almost mushy. So I felt I got very excited. So my voice heightened. I hope that the sound is better in this video. I released my second video, my second week video. So it's my third video since I had the surgery. I have been filming every week all along the way. So it's not like I can go back and change the sound. And that makes me sad because I didn't know that it sounded so bad. And on my computer, it doesn't sound that bad. But when I watch it on my phone, it sounds different. And when I watch it on my iPad, it sounds different from the phone. So everything sounds different. And I don't know if it's so I've dropped my camera a few times. This is a different camera. I'm maybe I've just dropped my camera so much, or did you hear him? He's trying to boss me. You're not gonna get this. Yeah, I know you want it. Chippy can have it. Chippy didn't growl at me. They're cracking me up. And he's so vocal. He's like, "Roar, give me that ball. Give me attention." Oh, I know, Chippy. I know. she's like, Mom said ball. Let them outside, but then they're just gonna chase chickens and bark. So, anyway, with the dietitian went really good. She was very happy with my progress. She answered all of the questions that I had. I am very not eager to try new foods. I'll say that. I'm very not eager to try new foods. So we'll see how it happens. I've already been, like, even with soft foods, I have been very slow to introduce things only because I am fearful of having bad reactions, and I want to be able to pinpoint exactly what it is that's giving me a hard time. I don't want to introduce like 5 new foods to my diet. Like, I don't want to eat I don't know, haven't had chicken breast yet. So like if last night I would have had a little bit of salad, I haven't had tomatoes yet, some tomatoes, and I hadn't had the broccoli yet, and the broccoli and chicken breast, like all of those things together, that was all new things. So I wouldn't have known which of those things was like the culprit. So I'm trying to piece it out. I don't think that it's entirely necessary to be as cautious as I'm being, but I also am very excited to go back to work, and I don't want to like have an accident at work. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it happens, and I just don't want I don't want that. So she did give me guidance, like I can try anything I want, right? But there's still statistics and things where she's like, most people can't do salad, and most people aren't going to handle like sticky foods for a while. And so I'm not in any rush to add back like carb sources and stuff beyond what I already have. So when I entered soft food, she had recommended like potatoes, and she had recommended canned vegetables. Well, I have done things like not canned peas, which has been nice. But I want kale. I want salad. I want all of the leafy green things, which probably means that my body is like missing some key nutrients, which is not rare for this type of recovery and surgery, but I don't like it. I don't like that I want those things and I cannot have them, but that's just is where I am where I am, and it is what it is. And hopefully I will be able to ease some of those things into my diet. I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, yes, maybe you want to try salad. You want to try all these new things, but it's not a bad thing to like slowly introduce it. And it's all going to come. Like, and also it may not, like, I might not ever be able to stomach salad. Like literally, like my stomach may not be able to handle salad, like lettuce, not just salad, but lettuce. It might always sit or not do right. And so there are definitely people who feel that way. And so it'll just be trial and error. And eventually I will know what my body can and cannot tolerate. And I don't mean eating bad foods. On Memorial Day, we went out and my husband tried spearfishing, and he and his friend were out for like 3 hours. Well, I had packed some snacks and I left them at home, some like me snacks. And so we're sitting there, and I was really, really hungry, and I was feeling like a little lightheaded. And so I had some Cheez-Its, and the Cheez-Its, I had 7 Cheez-Its. Okay. Like, it's not like I can stomach a lot of Cheez-Its, but they went down so easy and it was fine. And I'm like, oh, I think this is partly what they mean by like cider foods. Like, I know I wasn't getting anything that I need from the Cheez-Its except for something in my stomach. Like, and it made me feel, didn't feel as like dizzy and lightheaded. But at the same time, like I wasn't getting the protein that I need from that. I wasn't getting vitamins and things that I need from eating Cheez-Its. Like, there's nothing wrong with Cheez-Its, but it went down easy. So I can see how easy it would be to eat the wrong things, and they go down so much easier, and then they move through everything so much faster that I definitely see how easy it has to be, especially the further you get from surgery, to eat things that are doing nothing for you and add calories. So anyway, speaking of the water, we also went scuba diving over the weekend, and I had an amazing time. I loved it. So the first dive, I was very inside my head. I was scared, and it was a deeper dive. So we went down, and I don't know, I kind of blew through my oxygen kind of fast, which it's not like I'm great on oxygen. Like my husband is amazing. Like he hardly uses any oxygen when he goes down. Well, normally on the deep dives, he doesn't. On deep dives, for whatever reason, his body takes in more, he goes through oxygen a lot more. And on deep dives, I usually don't. This time, I wasn't terrible. We were definitely not the first ones up. And when I first started scuba diving, we were always the first ones up. And it most of the time was because I was like, I'm down to 1,000. And so it's time to make our way so we can do like our safety stop and stuff. But the second dive was just, it's one of my favorite spots, and not my favorite spot, but one of my favorite spots. And two, like there was just so much to explore. We've done that dive before, and it just, I don't know. I think we were down for like 50 minutes or something. We were down for a long time for us. And the group we were with, it was fun, and we loved it. Love diving. I love it. Our anniversary last year, that's what we decided to do, was get our scuba certifications so we could go scuba diving. And my husband he wanted to get it because I was getting it so we could do something like that together, but he didn't have like the biggest interest in scuba diving. There were other things he really wanted to get into, but he kind of fell in love with it too. And he went diving the week prior without me because I wasn't cleared to dive until 6 weeks. But someone texted him after that he works with. Well, they didn't text him. It was a group text, and it was about him. And someone's like, yeah, we didn't see anything except for Mr. Clean Aquaman. And I'm like, that's awesome. Snorkeled there a lot. I took my brother, my nephew, my sister-in-law there, and we snorkeled. I've never gone scuba diving there. And so it's going to be so beautiful. I will definitely share that. I might even do like a whole separate, like, I just haven't been able to vlog. Like I'll bring a camera and I'm like, I'm going to vlog. And it's like I have stage fright or something. I don't know. I don't know why I am the way that I am. I just know that I am this way. And it does feel like awkward talking to the camera. And I feel like the past maybe 3 weeks have been easier. Maybe 4 weeks have been easier talking to the camera. But initially, like, it was a struggle. Like the first video I filmed, the first week update, it was hard, man. Like I did not feel myself at all. Like I felt so awkward and I felt so forced. Like I didn't feel like anyone was forcing me, but I felt like in order for me to say the things, I like had to make myself. It's like I felt like a reluctant kid, and on one hand, and on the other hand, I'm like, you're gonna do it. Like you're gonna move forward. You're gonna be fine. And it's like the whole time I was filming that first week update video, that's what I was saying. And it was a similar experience when I recorded the first video I shared when I came back. Like I just could not feel comfortable. I felt so anxious and just, I did not feel like myself when I filmed those 2 videos. So anyway, if I can make myself, then I will share that next. So I'm looking at my little list of things that happened this week that I was excited about sharing. So, and I think that brings me to the end. So I've really enjoyed our walks this week. And my walks, I have not gone to the gym. Like I really thought I was going to hit 6 weeks and then I was going to be like, okay, I'm going to the gym, but I haven't. I don't know how to deal with this energy thing. It's like when I have energy, I have it and I'm good. And then I just randomly get so depleted. And so walking is just what I'm doing now because it feels like that's the best thing for me to be doing. It's not like a fatigue. It's not like I'm fatigued. It's like I get depleted and there's not much to do once I get that depleted because it's not like I'm going to increase what I'm eating. Like, I'm already eating the most I can be eating. And if I could eat more, then I wouldn't, because that's not even what is my program. So I don't know. Maybe this is something that I should reach out to my dietitian about. She did tell me that it's okay if I don't hit my protein goal. And she gave me like a number, but it's important for me to hit my protein goal. But she's like, if you come down here, and I'm kind of like, well, I would rather hit the protein goal. Like, I think, especially inputting new foods, like if I'm too full to hit my protein, then I need to take out whatever isn't giving me protein. Like if I'm eating, a potato, not like a full potato, but like, a tablespoon of potatoes and not hitting my protein goal, well, then it would be better for me to eat protein than that. And so eventually it will come, kind of like what I was saying earlier. Eventually I will go to the gym and I will do the things that I want to do. But for right now, I'm just walking, and I've really been enjoying my walks and things. So last week I weighed in at 278.2. This week I weighed in at 276. So that is a loss of 2.2 pounds. And I'm really grateful to continue to see the scale go down, especially since there's all of these dietary changes, which I say all of these, there really isn't that much, but for 4 solid weeks, essentially I ate liquid. And liquid meaning I could have pudding, I could have like sugar-free popsicles, I could have water. But even like with the sugar-free popsicles and that kind of stuff, pre-surgery, I would have like the popsicles post-surgery. I struggled because I'm like, okay, if I have popsicle, then I might not hit my protein goal. So I didn't really have extra stuff. The closest thing that I had to that was like pudding, and I only did that on occasion. So anyway, eventually I will do a video, maybe. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that sounds interesting to you, but more of a breakdown of each dietary phase. That has been my experience. I don't want to define the phases, because some people don't go on a liquid diet who have the exact same surgery I had at all. Like that's not what their surgeons do. Some liquid diets include things like cream of wheat, and mine did not. So like there's a lot of differences. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, comment down below. But once again, excited that I am 2.2 pounds down and ready to hit this next week. So this coming week, I'm really looking forward to so much. I will be working my first full week of work, and I'm excited to start a routine of like just like real life, like working, figuring out how my supplements and my food are going to fit into that, continuing to see what sits well with my body. I likely will only try new things on the weekends. So I'm really going to introduce food back slowly, I think, because I am not trying. I think I already said this in this video. I am not trying to be a grown person having an accident while I'm working. Like, I just don't want that to be my life. And it might still be, like, if I'm being careful, and that could still happen. I literally have not heard of that happening to anyone. Like, I think that's partly just my weirdness coming out. Like, the things that I get anxiety about that aren't true, or aren't the things that I get, the stories that I tell myself and freak myself out. And then I worry about, like, that's not, hopefully that's, I don't know. I'm going to stop, because I just am. And if that has happened to you, it's okay. Life happens. And I hope that you just move forward and kept your head high. And I guess if that happens to me, hopefully that's what I'll be able to do. But I'm introducing food back slowly. And now I'm only going to introduce new foods on the weekends, because yeah. I am also, as I shared earlier, looking forward to diving. Shark's Cove is what it's called, and it's beautiful, and I can't wait to go. And my husband and I actually booked a deep sea fishing trip with a couple of our friends. They called my husband the other night, and they were like, do y'all want to go with us? And I'm like, maybe. Whenever I am out on the water, all I can think about is how much I want to get in the water. And when you go fishing, especially deep sea fishing, you don't get in the water. Like, I just want to be in the water all of the time. I want to be under the water. Like, I want to be looking at the fish, and I don't want to kill the fish. Even though I love to eat fish, the idea of killing the fish makes me sad, and I would just rather put them back. So anyway, the end. But no, really, that kind of wraps up this video. I am so grateful for all of you, for your love, for your encouragement and support. And I love hearing about your weight loss journeys, other things that you're doing. For those of you who've had weight loss surgeries or weight loss procedures, I love hearing about your experiences. And I'm so grateful that you take the time to share those things with me. If you are new here and you would like to subscribe, ding the bell, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Love you. Bye.